And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Shepard. And here's McBride. Off the mark there with the three.
They got lucky. They got lucky. And the defense is taking a big chance leaving her open behind the arc. And I'm not sure I'm okay with that game plan.
And the foul called on Collier. That is her first foul of the game. Lynx on D. Here's Lewis. Ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Las Vegas will retain possession. Just 4 to shoot. Young, covered by Collier. Here's Egbo. And the start of a new WNBA season is something we all look forward to, guys.
Yeah, even though we're in the beginning stages of this new season, I really like what I'm seeing so far from some of these teams.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It'll be interesting to see if the teams that have gotten off to hot starts, can they maintain that?
And that one misses. And this Minnesota franchise is built around their star, Napheesa Collier.
Well, you think about 2022, Collier played just 4 games in the Lynx. They missed the playoffs. Last year, Collier took her game to another level, a first-team All-WNBA selection.
Egbo, she's guarded by Shepard. Over to the left wing. Chelsea Gray for 3. And she's good on the 3 ball.
A big-time offensive talent who can score points from all over the floor. Gray can punish defenses from deep.
Here's Ipupa. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. No good, and that puts her at 2 for 6. Gray outside. Pass to Lewis. Young. Parker Tyus, covered by Smith. Out to the right wing. Now here's Young. And the aces, another 3.
Yeah, they've got themselves in front right now with some outstanding shooting right off the bat. You like to see that aggression early on.
It's been just an absolute clinic at that end of the floor. They're filling it up.
Now here's Shepard. Here's Ipupa. Smith. Pass to McBride. She gets it in there. The Aces with the lead. To the paint. Outside Young. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Smith. And here are the Lynx now. Collier right side. Here's Ipupa. Down low. Here's McBride. The lead pass was put in just the right spot to produce the layup.
The catalyst of the team, McBride is depended on for buckets, and I'll tell you, she usually delivers.
It's just terrific positioning on her part to get the rebound. She might not have the size or the height, but she's got plenty of smarts.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get her off balance.
Pass to Lewis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jackie Young.
You're making things far too easy for her if you let her get the ball that deep in the post.
Agreed. I couldn't have said it any better myself. You got to do your work early and keep her out of that spot.
Now here's Shepard. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
How about that shot going in for Collier? Looked like the contact might disrupt her. Guess it didn't.
Here's Lewis. They lead by 4. Unloads from 9. She's off on that one.
Great rebound there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far. Let's see if they can change that.
Yeah, a little disparity there in the rebounding numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. We'll see if it evens out.
Bucket is good.
Well, you got to give it to Shepard. She keeps her eyes up and her options open.
Egbo, she's guarded by Shepard. Pass to Lewis. To the right side. Young. Another shot. And that one's good. Lewis.
All right, if they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against her, they are sorely mistaken. What's going on out there?
Right outside. And she drops in the layup off glass.
Great production from the paint right now. 8 straight from inside.
That's bully ball they're playing.
Get out of the way.
Here's Lewis. Gets to the rim for 2 with a D all over her.
Great vision from Egbo. Dependable at finding her teammates.
Inside. Takes it out to Smith. There's the triple. That falls. Great assist by Kayla McBride.
Moving it around. 8 of the last 10 points coming off assists.
Nothing makes a coach happier than a display of pure, selfless teamwork.
Absolutely.
Las Vegas trailing. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Egbo. Now Queen. Out to the wing. Now here's Young. Buries the long-range jumper.
The lead changes hands once more. There have been no separation between these teams tonight.
Yeah, and it's made for one heck of an entertaining game, even when it hasn't been the best basketball.
Yeah, at least it's been close.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. The Aces on top, leading by just 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second. And so far, it's been a
substitution on the court.
Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.
The quick hitter.
Here's Ipupa. To the inside. It's stolen by Jackie Young. Lloyd. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jackie Young.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely. The defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passing.
Pass to McBride. To halt the run. Basket made. That gives her 7 field goals and 13 tries.
Some quick retaliation right there, huh, guys?
Yeah, it sure didn't take them long to go and get those 3 points back. They're not rotating quickly enough on defense down low.
They've got to provide more resistance inside.
And Jackie Young went first overall back in 2019. And her transition to the W probably wasn't as smooth as she would have liked.
Yeah, had some ups and downs her first 3 years, but year 4, 2022, Young put it all together, an all-star and most improved player, a big part of that 2022 and 23 Aces title runs.
Here's Ipupa. To the middle. Here's Shepard. And she floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
With the perfect physical frame for interior scoring, Shepard can sure do some damage down low.
And it's Lloyd misses. The Lynx leading. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing in control. Pass
to Lewis. Back to Young. The 3. good, and that's her 4th basket of the game. She's a strong 4 for 6.
Well, usually she's providing the pass. Young has to be happy to be on the receiving end of a catch and shoot. More than willing to fire.
Uhas with it. For 3, Kayla McBride drills it from outside.
And guys, her consistent shooting, it's helped them take this lead.
From downtown, Minnesota grabs the miss. Outside, Williams. Pass to Shepard. Now Uhas. To the inside. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
You know, she might be 5'8", but Williams has tons of different ways to finish at the hoop. Hard to stop.
Lloyd with it. This one for 3. There's her 3rd field goal, and she's now made half of her 6 shots.
She's really getting involved in the offense here after being held without a single point in the 1st quarter.
Time called here. The Lynx decide to talk it over. Here's Ipupa. Pass to Shepard. Collier. Over Lloyd. And Jewel Lloyd pulls it down. Now Gray. To the left wing. Egbo. She's guarded by Shepard. Here's Lewis. That counts. She's put up 13 shots and now has made 8 of them. The Lynx trailing. Pass to Williams. The shot is good, and so is her shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now. I mean, there's more holes in their defense than in a block of Swiss cheese.
Man, this made me hungry. But that's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were in tight. They've established themselves inside. Where's the cheese?
Here's Williams. Rebound by the Aces.
Very tough when you have that good of a look. Defense caught a break.
Gray score the basket. Her 2nd of 2 attempts.
You love to see a guard like Chelsea Gray take contact and still complete the play. That's toughness.
Pass to Shepard. Here's Ipupa. Down low. Takes it out to Collier. 5 to shoot. The 3 is up. A rebound by Parker Tyus. And if they play the clock right, they can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Lloyd from long range. The 3-pointer is on target.
They've given up so many threes today.
Their defensive rotations on the perimeter have been abysmal.
Pass to Shepard. Collier with it. Gray defending. They need this. Rebound Cheyenne Parker Tyus. The Aces with the lead. And here's Queen. Here's Egbo. Covered by Collier. Gray outside. Another 3 for Las Vegas.
And their lead takes another little bump up.
Yeah, their lead is increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is playing out.
So we conclude the first half. Aces ahead, up 9. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. All right, the 2nd half beginning in a moment. What can you say? McBride, an impressive effort here today.
She went absolutely off those first 2 quarters, guys, and she's capable of doing that each night she hits the floor. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use as we hit the 2nd half.
Well, they've got to make some sort of change, right? I mean, they can't let her continue to torch them like she has been.
Here's Las Vegas. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 9. Drops in the tray.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over again.
They might have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Smith outside. Back to McBride. Passing Pupa. Smith. For 3, Kayla McBride sinks the triple.
Off the court, McBride is lighthearted, but she's a killer on the court. Basketball is everything.
Now Queen. McBride covering. Afisa Collier with the block. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Here's Smith, and that one good.
An intimidating interior presence. Smith uses her toughness to get her way down low.
Parker Tyus, covered by Collier. Back to Parker Tyus. Pass to Lewis. Gray outside. From past the arc. Shepard pulls it in. Now the Lynx with it.
One of the best free agent signings of late, Chelsea Gray going to Las Vegas.
I mean, you talk about a game changer. The Aces have been the #1 seed in each of her first 3 years in Sin City, winning 2 titles over that span. Gray's been a huge part of the success in Las Vegas.
And the shot is good.
They continue to be active on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets, they've been a key factor.
Yeah, look, they'd prefer to make the first shot. Of course, but if at first you don't succeed, you know what they say, Tim? Try again.
Timeout called the Aces. Outside Young. And another miss by Las Vegas. And here are the Lynx now. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. It's good from long range.
A sensational run has them on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
It's been an unreal turnaround, and I'm going to credit their defense right along with their offense for giving them the spark they needed.
It has been, on both sides of the court, what they've needed.
Now here's Parker Tyus. Covered by Smith. Pass to Egbo. Lewis. And the layup's good off the glass.
What a passing display she's putting on.
She is spoiling us today. Just another incredible assist for the highlight reel, and the reel is getting quite long.
Back to McBride. The 11-footer. The shot's good.
Shots are falling. She's having a strong quarter.
Young, covered by Collier. Pass to Lewis. Back to Young. From deep. That one falls through. It's her 6th make from the floor this game, and now 6 for 10.
She's really picking up where she left off in the first half.
Shepard with it. To the paint. Here's Collier. Yep, that goes.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it seems like it's come from inside the paint. Buckle up on defense.
Yeah, it's time to collapse down and make them shoot jumpers. This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that's gone in their favor.
Yeah, effort and determination on the glass, they really can compensate for a lot of deficiencies.
And they're really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has been really unstoppable of late.
Yeah, and I don't know why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but you know what they say, Tim, it's better late than never.
And I'm happy because finally we got a good game.
McBride, and that one's good.
She is setting this place on fire. Her shooting has been off the charts.
Pass to Lewis. Launches a 3. And Pupa with the rebound. Minnesota trailing. Collier up top. No good. That would have tied it. Here's Parker Tyus. Covered by Smith. Gray outside. Now here's Young for 3. It's hauled in by Smith.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Pass to Shepard. Nafisa Collier on the wing.
For the tie. Las Vegas grabs the miss.
Anybody want to bet that she won't miss that shot the next time she takes it?
Lewis. McBride covering. And now Egbo. Here's Lewis. Lays it up and banks it in.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket for a terrific assist. You know, they've done a lot of that today.
And, you know, it's something we haven't seen much at the opposite end of the court.
Time called here. The Lynx decide to talk it over. Both teams will make substitutions. Collier outside. And that'll be Minnesota. Lynx able to keep the ball here. Shepard, she's guarded by Egbo. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Kayla McBride. They get it back. Collier misses the layup.
Great defense right there to prevent one of the best finishers in the league from converting in close.
Got that one up quick.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense, they have to close out quicker.
Pass to Williams. Takes it from 10. 2 points. That one goes in.
Not messing around. Just take it to the hoop strong. At 5'8", Williams is one of the best smaller finishers at the rim in the league.
Here's Lewis. Gray. Now Queen. 22 points for her. Good, and it's Chelsea Gray who picks up the assist. Now the Lynx with it. McBride with the ball. She's got 31. Courtney Williams for 3. A rebound by Lewis. The Aces with the lead. Pass to Gustafson. Out to the wing. Now here's Egbo. She's guarded by Shepard. Courtney Williams with the steal. And this is her first trip to the line tonight.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Minnesota Lynx, Kayla McBride. Shooting 1.
Well, when you talk about Courtney Williams, her versatility is what stands out the most.
Yeah, she doesn't dominate any individual statistic per se, but she does well in pretty much every category, which is what makes her such a valuable part of this team.
Pass to Carlton. Now McBride. Williams with it. Launches it. Stokes.
Substitution on the court.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth here. And it's Lewis missing. Here's Ipupa. The kick out to Williams. She gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit lead.
You have to run at shooters like Williams. Can't let them catch and fire. She'll eat you alive.
Stokes, guarded by Uhas.
Last foul. at the line for the away team, Lewis. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And no luck at the stripe this time. Second miss. Rebound by the Aces. Gustafson down low. And that one drops for her. So the Lynx now trailing by 10. Pass to Williams. Fires the 3. Gustafson with the rebound. Now the Aces with it. Lewis. Now Lloyd. Stokes. Guarded by Uhas. And it's Lewis missing.
There was not a ton of congestion in the lane, and she could have done better for sure.
And here's Carlton. Drains it from beyond the arc.
She draws so much attention. Williams can find others for easy buckets. Good dish.
Here's Lewis. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good. Here's Minnesota. 7-point differential. Here's Carlton. Another 3 for Minnesota.
Just really good awareness right there on the assist.
Pass to Stokes. Queen with the ball. Jackie Young from outside. She watches it go through the hoop for her 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
They have got to get a hand in her face. I mean, she is unconscious from downtown.
Now here's Uhas. Williams with it. Queen covering from 17 feet out. Again, Minnesota.
It feels like the rest of basketball has forgotten about the mid-range game, not Williams. She still uses this part of the court.
Pass to Lewis. Inside. Rebound by the Lynx.
Those fancy finishes, they look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you miss them.
Here's Williams. Uhas sets the screen. 3-pointer. Williams can't get it to go.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
Fires from the line. They get it again. To the middle. Here's Lewis. And she gets it to go. And here's McBride. Pass to Pupa. Carlton, covered by Gustafson. McBride outside. The 3 ball. Not gonna go that time.
She has been anything but her usual self this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Gustafson. Buries it from 3-point range.
Yeah, you know how a lot of people talk about flipping the switch? Well, her switch has definitely been flipped to on in this quarter, guys. I mean, just dominant scoring.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota. Pupa. Pass to Collier. Young with the steal. Kelsey Gray for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Now get your popcorn ready. Her performance from long range has been something to behold, something to admire.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that's been her shot today.
You know, she's disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all with her offense.
And you know she'll be happy to get this period over and done with and just start fresh.
They are putting the hammer down. Just a huge lead for them.
And it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense because it has all been working for them.
Yeah, to build this lead, you have to do both.
Pass to Collier. Shoots over Young. Collier can't get it to go.
Boy, I mean, they can do nothing right. They cannot take the lid off.
They need a bucket in the worst way possible. They have got to stop this run somehow, or it's really going to get out of hand.
Shot to stop the run. Minnesota the rebound. Here's Ipupa. Pass to Collier. Clock at 6. On the wing, Kayla McBride. Nailed from three-point land.
You got to give credit to Collier for the find. Her 6'2" height allows her to have a clean view of the court. Doesn't miss open teammates.
Young shot's good.
That just adds to what's probably already an insurmountable lead. I think they'll be leaving here with a win.
Yeah, hard to imagine any other outcome than the one that's staring us right in the face.
Well, the D sagged off, and no hesitation on her part to rise up and bury the three.
Pass to Egbo. Young. Here's Lewis. Rebound, Kayla McBride.
Boy, she made a mess of that finish.
Puts up a 3. Rebound, Cheyenne Parker-Tyus. Outside Young. Now Queen. Gray. Here's Parker-Tyus. Covered by Smith. And the layup is good.
She's up to her usual trick, shooting it well, scoring a lot of points, getting them in front.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Out to the left wing. Double clutches. And that one's good. Lewis. It's stolen by Parker-Tyus. So it's the Aces winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for them. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
Well, guys, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you should feel good about it. A really outstanding team effort.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.